Hey everybody, it's Beth from the Kingston Home. Welcome to my channel. By now you've heard the news Cricut has come out with two new machines, the Cricut Maker 3 and the Cricut Explore 3. Today, thanks to my friends at JOANN who are sponsoring this video, we're going to be unboxing the Cricut Explore 3. We're going to talk about how it's different from the other Cricut Explore machines. We're going to talk about the new materials they've come out with and some of the new accessories. So let's open this baby and get started. Okay, so we're going to get into this box. Their catchphrase for the Explore 3 is fast, simple, amazing. And then here inside the box it says, "You were born creative." Yeah, we were. So we're going to flip this open. It looks at first glance pretty standard compared to what the other machines have when you open them. There is one big thing I already noticed though. There's no mat, and that's because the Explore 3 is meant for matless cutting, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. It comes with the Cricut envelope. And when you open that up, it's got, oh, there's something else in there too. It's got instruction, a website to go to set up your machine. And if you have set up a Cricut machine before, the new setup process is a little bit different and much more user-friendly, I've found. It comes with some, what looks like smart vinyl. That's cool that it says on the back, right? I always have a hard time remembering what's what. So there's some smart vinyl in here for us to do a sample cut. And then obviously it's got the warranty that you want to hang on to. It's got the packaging. We'll go hold on to that for 1 second. It's got a package of bonus materials, which let's open that up and see what you're getting in there. Pull this out. And again, when you flip everything over to the back, this is smart paper sticker cardstock. We'll talk about that in a little bit. This is smart iron-on. Ooh, this is like a cool holographic. Oh, there you can see. I have everything backwards, upside down. This is the transfer tape. And then this is the smart vinyl, a bigger sheet in black. All right, I'm going to start to pull this out. Get all the packaging off of it. We'll look under here. Before we do that, let's look at the cords that come with. It's got the power cord and the USB, which we'll also talk about in just a minute. Let me get rid of some of this packaging and then we'll talk more about it. So to do a little bit of comparing, I got out my old Cricut Explore Air and I've got the Explore 3. First, they took the name Air out of the name of the machine, not because there's any great difference, but because Bluetooth enabled is sort of standard across the industry now. But the reason I wanted to talk about the cords is because they still include a USB cord. So if you're someone who still wants to connect your computer to your machine, you can still do that with the new Explore 3. A couple of visual differences, which I think are really cool. The original Air has a place to insert your old cartridges if you were changing from using the old cartridge system. They've replaced that with more tool cup space so that you can put maybe your smaller blades in here. They also have done away with the dial. So this is more in line with the traditional, or with the current Maker buttons. You've got the power button. You've got the load and unload. Here where there used to be a C, you've got essentially the play button, and then you've got the pause button. The Explore 3 still opens nice and smoothly, which I love. I also am a big fan of this matte color that they've got. You can sort of see the difference here in the shine right there on the inside versus the matte finish on the outside, and I really like that. Obviously, before you use your machine, you're going to want to take out this handy piece of foam. But otherwise, the machines are very similar on the inside. The sensors are a little bit different, which we'll zoom in a sec and talk about some of the differences there. But otherwise, visually, these machines look very similar. It's what the Explore 3 does and how fast it does it and the materials it uses that make it so special. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about just a few of the other changes they've made to the actual machine, and then let's talk about, obviously, the most important part, the mechanics of the whole thing. So they've added this channel up on top of the lid. So if you like to keep your phone or your iPad close to the machine when you're working on it, now you've got a place to set it. They've also added guides right here on both sides of the bottom lid. This is to guide your matless vinyl, iron-on, or paper. And we're going to get into the materials in just a quick second. But first, let's talk about the mechanics. The housing is essentially the same. You've got your A and B channels. The machine comes with a fine point blade, and the Explore machine, as with the other members of the Explore family, works with the fine point blade, the deep point blade, bonded fabric blade, the scoring stylus, the foil transfer tool, and of course the pens. So that's what is similar to the other members of the Explore family. Now let's talk about the materials and why this machine is so special. Okay, now let's talk about smart materials, why they're so cool, and what that has to do with the Explore 3. If you already have a Cricut Joy, you're familiar with what smart materials are. It just means that you can put the material by itself through the machine and you don't need a mat. Why is that important? So with the Explore and Maker machines, the widest you could do is 11.5 inches. And if you had a 12-inch mat, you could do 11.5 inches long. If you had a 24-inch mat, you could do 23.5 inches long. Now with the smart materials, they've made it a little bit wider. You can do 11.75 inches across. But with the smart vinyl, you can now do 12 feet at a time in one go. With the smart iron-on, you can do 4 feet. So imagine the kind of projects you're going to create. If you're doing multiples of something for a wedding, or if you want to work on a 6-foot banner, or you're making t-shirts for an entire team, you can just push the button one time and you can do 12 feet with the vinyl, 4 feet with the iron-on. That's what makes it really fantastic. So there are going to be a ton of different colors. We've got just a few samples here, a few examples, but I wanted to give you all the details. The smart vinyl, which is this row right here, is going to have 23 permanent and 23 removable color choices. It's also going to have 15 specialty choices, which you can see the black glitter right here. The iron-on is going to have 13 colors and 13 specialty choices. We've got more glitter over here, and we had the holographic in the sampler kit. But here's what's really cool. The vinyl is going to come in 3-foot and 12-foot rolls, but for the two colors we use the most, black and white, they're going to come out with 21 and 75-foot rolls. So that's a great way. It saves you a little bit of money, and it also allows you to make bigger projects. For the iron-on, it's going to come in 3-foot rolls and 9-foot rolls. Also available is going to be smart cardstock, which you're getting a sample of in your starter kit, in your machine. What's great about this is now this is sticker paper. It says it right on the back. Smart paper sticker cardstock. So not only do you not need a mat for it, you don't need any kind of adhesive. This is going to be amazing if you're somebody that does intricate cards or intricate 3D projects. It's going to be literally stick and peel and put your projects together. But what's really important about all of this is you can still use your mat with the Explore 3. All the materials you've already got at home. If you use 8 inches of this piece of cardstock and want to use a little bit extra for something else, all of that will fit on your mat. To use the smart materials, you do need to have 6 inches worth, but I just wanted to show you really quickly. 13 inches across, which is what all of these are, 13 inches. It still fits on your traditional Cricut mats. It still fits in the machine. So there's no waste with these materials, whether you use them on the mat or off. That's going to be an option that's available to you. There are 2 accessories available. One I got and one I did not get. The first one is they've made their trimmer a little bit larger so it can cut these 13-inch rolls. Most trimmers stop right at 12 inches. The old Cricut trimmer used to stop at 12 inches. They've added an extra inch to make it possible to cut these rolls, which I think is really important. They also have, which I'm bummed I didn't get, but hope to get my hands on, a roll holder, which will actually attach to the, I'm going to move this right here, which will actually attach to the end of your tray, and it will hold. So when you have those bigger rolls, you're not trying to like make room for it on your table. You're not trying to find a way to manage it, especially if you're doing those larger projects. It will fit on both the Explore 3 and the Maker 3 machines, and will just hold your roll in place so it makes it easier to roll. Now, before we say goodbye, let's go over a few of the top questions folks have had about the new machines. So as I've been poking around online the last few days, I've seen the same 2 questions over and over. 1, do I have to buy all new materials and supplies to use with the Explore 3? And 2, why is everyone saying it cuts 2 times faster? I've got the answers to both of those questions. Number 1, no, you don't. You can use the supplies you've already got at home. You can use your mats with the Explore 3. You can use the vinyl and iron-on you've already got at home with the Explore 3. If you've already got one of the Explore machines, it works with the fine point blade, the deep point blade, the foil transfer stylus, the pens, that all still works with this machine. So you don't have to buy new tools, you don't have to buy new equipment, you don't have to buy new supplies. But what is great is you can use those things and use the new smart materials, the vinyl and the iron-on and the paper if you want to. Otherwise, you can use the stuff you've already got in your craft room. Number two, the reason people are saying it cuts twice as fast is if you use the smart materials, it does cut twice as fast as our traditional Maker and Explorer machines. And in fact, I'll be doing a comparison video hopefully in the next couple days. If you are using the smart materials, it cuts twice as fast. If you are using regular materials on a mat, it cuts at about the same speed as the current machines. So this just gives you, if you're using the smart materials, especially if you're someone that does a lot of projects or a lot of big projects, it speeds up that process for you. I hope this video has been helpful for you. I hope it's answered some of your questions. If you've got more, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them either directly, or I'm going to do some more content about the new Explorer 3 and using the smart materials, and I hope that that information will be helpful to you as well. These machines will become available on June 10th. If you're watching after June 10th, I will have all the links included so that you know which machine I'm talking about, which smart materials I've shown you in this video, the trimmer, all that kind of good information. Until then, you guys take good care. I'd love if you would subscribe to the channel, give me a like, let me know if this was helpful to you, let me know what else I can do to answer your questions, and I will see you soon. Appreciate you.